If you've spent any time around commercial vehicles, you'll know the Toyota HiAce has never really tried to be exciting, and that's exactly why it works. The 2027 version doesn't suddenly reinvent the formula. Instead, it evolves it in a way that feels practical rather than flashy. And honestly, that's what most people who depend on a van actually want. What stands out about the 2027 HiAce is how deliberately it balances modernization with familiarity. It doesn't chase the futuristic design language that many new vans are leaning into. The shape is still functional first, upright, squared, and built to maximize usable space rather than visual drama. And when you look at it through the lens of someone who uses a van daily, whether for logistics, passenger transport, or mobile business, that makes sense. Inside, the biggest shift isn't luxury, it's usability. The dashboard layout feels more intuitive now. Controls are placed where you expect them, and there's a clear effort to reduce driver fatigue during long hours behind the wheel. Storage solutions are smarter, and the cabin feels less like a tool and more like a workspace. You don't get unnecessary digital overload, but you do get the essentials. Connectivity has improved, and the infotainment setup feels like it finally belongs in this decade without trying too hard to impress. Out on the road, the HiAce still behaves like a vehicle built with purpose. It's not trying to feel sporty, and thankfully it doesn't pretend to. The driving experience remains stable and predictable, the kind of calm confidence that matters more in a loaded van than sharp steering ever could. What you'll notice is refinement. The 2027 model feels smoother over rough surfaces, and noise insulation appears slightly better than before. Long drives are less tiring, and urban maneuvering feels more controlled despite its size. This brings us to its strongest point, reliability-driven design. The HiAce continues to prioritize durability over trendiness. Everything, from its suspension tuning to its interior materials, feels like it's meant to survive years of hard use rather than impress during a showroom visit. For business owners, that matters more than anything else. But there is a weak point. In trying to stay grounded and practical, the HiAce still feels conservative compared to some newer rivals entering the commercial EV and hybrid space. While updates are evident, it doesn't push boundaries in electrification or advanced automation the way some competitors are beginning to. For fleets looking toward long-term sustainability goals, that could make it feel slightly behind the curve. Still, there's an interesting detail about the 2027 version that deserves attention. Instead of chasing radical transformation, Toyota seems to have focused on adaptability. The modular interior options are more flexible now, allowing easier conversion between cargo and passenger configurations. That may not sound dramatic, but in real-world use, it's incredibly valuable. It turns the HiAce from a single-purpose vehicle into something closer to a multi-role platform, whether it's a shuttle one day and a delivery van the next. From a market perspective, this is a smart move. The commercial vehicle world is changing, but not everyone is ready for full electrification or radical redesigns.